retweet the space. Let people know that we had to restart, and uh, so they can join back in to our community hangout number 47. Today is February 3rd, 2024. Okay, let's see. Let me bring up. I see you, 21. I'm gonna send you the invite. I'm gonna approve you, Brian. Let's see. Can I send co-host now? Let's bear with us, everyone. Um, let's go. Let's go. Um, I lost 21 again. Okay. Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and
Oh,
clear.
perfect. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen 21 in here. He was up as co-host, but I bet he's having problems hearing you or whatnot.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, it's one of those Saturdays, right?
Yeah, we'll get there. At
Yeah.
least you got the co-host title now, so you can at least control the space, and we can have a
Mhm.
space.
Okay, perfect.
There he is.
All right. Annie, can you hear me?
There he is.
Yes, I can.
Ah, there we
Awesome.
go. All right, we might have got it figured out.
Okay. Yeah, there's a delay on my end. It doesn't show me yet that you a speaker, but it will show up. So, did you get the co-host title here? 21.
21. Can you hear Annie?
Yep, I can, I can. Now,
Okay,
Annie,
cool.
since everything works as speaker, I'm just gonna run it from the speaker position. It's all good. I'm just gonna run it from here. That way, I can hear you and you can hear me, and we're all set up.
Okay. All right. Well, let me okay, I'm gonna bring Sir Shields and Brian, I'm gonna give you the co-host, okay? Uh since it might be an issue with that part, the co-host part for 21. Can I? One second.
So
Hmm.
sorry, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there and bearing with us. We had obviously a few technical difficulties, but it seems to be situated. So we'll get to the recap in just 1 second. Y'all can't hear me, okay? Right? Clear and everything.
Yes,
All right,
we can
cool,
hear
cool.
you.
All right, I just got to make sure. Got to triple check. My setup.
I didn't get the co-host request, Annie. No big deal.
I get I still see you as listener, not speaker. So I asked
Okay.
PAWChain to send it to you.
Okay, and as you did we hear from Crypto Lounge or anybody? Did we? Okay, we got Sir's up here with us. It looks like he's making his way up. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and dive into the recap, and if you want, we can get that going and then just kind of free flow from there.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds good. Go ahead.
Cool beans, cool beans. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining us and bearing with us and facing these hard times with us. Let me get to the recap 1 second. We'll get it going. All right. Okay, y'all. All right, welcome to the community hangout. We have number 47 this week, and it's just going to be a chill space or it's kind of a chill hangout. We'll just kind of touch on some topics for the week. Nothing too exciting. This is a weekly roundup from January 27th to February 3rd, 2024, highlighting the latest happenings at PAWChain for our new and old investors and members of our community. If you are new to our community or have been simply or have simply been away from the project news for a while, you may have noticed changes to the Paul logo and our PaulEcosystem.com website. The project has rebranded. The new website has been created from scratch and from the ground up with a more corporate feel and a less meme kind of approach to it. And regarding Certic, after a long wait for Certic to provide us with a score, we finally have it. As of today, the score is 92.83, which ranks us 22nd overall on the Certic leadership dashboard. And that's a little bit over B&B. From the last I checked, they were 92.770, I believe. So we are 0.13 ahead of B&B. So we have taken that spot. The next contender, I believe, is the Open Network, and that's going to be at about a 93 even. So we're making our way up there. We're approaching it. We're approaching it. It's good to be there. PAWChain Beta is being tested by the development team and awaiting public release. PAWChain is set to be the next big chain for meme coins, and for which reasons? For starters, we have extremely low gas rates. I mean, PAWChain is packed with just layer 1, 2, and 3 solutions, so the congestion will be next to nothing. Extremely low gas rates, security. Our chain will be audited by CerTic and Hacking Club, which includes a continuous monitoring program, which means if anything's changed, any weaknesses are exploited in any kind of way, they'll alert us pretty like within 5 minutes. So I mean, it's a pretty good program that we're involved with. Projects that deploy their liquidity on PAWChain will simultaneously become cross-chain. And why is this beneficial? Being exclusive to one chain limits accessibility, marketing, opportunities, and potential investors. Choosing to become multi-chain with PAW will allow projects to scale the scope of their project to new heights with simplicity and security. By the way, if you want more information regarding cross-chain and interoperability, Binance Academy has great articles on the subject. We actually had a preview of the PAWChain block scanner running in our internal test environment, and the user interface is subject to change. And leading us to our last, we have some giveaways still going on. We've got the good one from Raboshi Nakamura is giving away 10K in USD in PAW at 1 billion market cap to one lucky winner. We've got the generous Small Whale is also giving away 10K USD in PAW at 12 billion market cap to one lucky winner. And we've got the great FAFO 365 has a gift for the winner of their contest, for which consists of 50 billion of PAW they have in flex staking in addition to the accumulated rewards. You can win them if you follow the rules in their post updated rules. Record yourself on screen getting the 50th thousand vote at skynet.certic.com, and of course the project's PawSwap. You must follow at PawChain and reply with make it multi-chain and hashtag Certic50K. And always remember, quick reminder, we are a one token ecosystem for everything that we talk about, cross chain and utilities and different things going on. It's always going to be have Paul at the center of it all. So we are a one token ecosystem and plan to remain that way for the existence of Paul. So just a quick reminder on that. And we got a few speakers up. So what we'll do is go around and see what kind of jumped off the pages for everybody. Hopefully everybody heard me okay. And we'll start with you, Brian. Man, did anything jump off the pages for you this week as far as Paul news?
Hey, thanks, 21. Annie, thank you guys for hosting these spaces. This is something I look forward to doing every week. Um, yeah, I think the thing that jumped out the most to me is I know we're all like anxiously waiting beta. Like everybody is on edge. We're all excited, and you can feel it. It's like people are starting to get a little impatient, worrying about like what's going on, are there problems, and that's natural. But the continued updates on almost a daily provided by Steve and the rest of the team has been nothing short of amazing. Like we got an idea of what they're working on, what they're building. When they have an issue, they let us know, and I can guarantee that they're going as fast as they can, and they want this out faster than we do. Like they want this to succeed and be successful just as much as the community does. And that's the one thing that jumped off to me is their commitment to letting us know exactly what's going on. And I know that as soon as it's ready to go, they will let us know that it's live and we'll be able to get our hands on it. So that and the Certic, Certic keeps going up zero point 0.2 to 0.404 points every single day. We keep rising, and that's part of I know market stability is going up, and the community score is going up from all the voting we've been doing. So I just wanted to get a reminder out there to everybody to keep voting. That 50K is within sight. I think over the next 3 to 4 days we're going to get there because once we get to 49K, I think the pace is going to pick up a little bit because everyone's going to want to push it to 50. So be sure you follow the rules for trying to snapshot that 50K, because that would be a nice little win if you're able to get your hands on that. I would also like to welcome some of the new listeners in here. I see a lot of new listeners down there. And if this is your first space, I just want everyone to know to feel free to come up, talk, chat, ask questions, complaints. Literally, nothing is off out of bounds. We will do our best to answer any question you may have. And if we don't know the answer, we'll find the answer for you. So I welcome everybody up. It's an open space to converse, to talk, and let's have a good time.
Always, man. We always appreciate you stopping by and taking a few minutes to spend with us on Saturdays, and all the contributions. The Power Hour is a great space, man. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, definitely stop by. Give Brian a follow. Check out the Power Hour with him and Bad Luck, a long time great friend. Fafo, another great, great team member, a real close friend. Yes, check them out, man. They're really great. The space is really informative, and I've taken away quite a bit from it myself. So it's definitely highly suggested and recommended in my book. But thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Sir, you still up here with us?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. I got you loud and clear. Sorry, I got a little bit of a lag. It's only saying listener, but I can kind of tell who the speakers are. So I just want to check with you. But man, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us again. And what you got for this week for Paul, brother?
Thanks, buddy. And congratulations on your new mic there. Sounds great.
Long time
Um,
coming. I know. Appreciate it.
yeah. For this past week, the days kind of blur together for me on here, but as Brian mentioned, the Certec score, which is spectacular, just keeps moving up. Even just where it is right now, if it stood still, is amazing. But continually moving upwards, which again just shows how determined the developers are. Annie shared, if you guys don't know, Annie has a Spanish base before this space, and Annie shared some information there that I hadn't seen, that Steve had shared. Again, repeating what Brian said about the transparency, breaking down the teams. I mean, we've heard the numbers of how many developers, and I mean the scope of the project and everything that's being done. When I first joined, this was PAWSwap, which was impressive enough to me. But seeing all of the things that are unfolding before our eyes, it's amazing, and to actually be able to see it, right? To actually be able to ask questions, the daily updates, near daily updates, like Brian said, from the team, from Steve. All of these things jump off the page to me because, again, having been in crypto for a fair amount of time, this isn't common. This isn't something that I've seen before. I'm super grateful and super excited about it. And one other thing I just saw here that I just wanted to point out to everybody was, we there was a tweet there from Bravo. Bravo's one of the developers. Again, I'm sorry, I can't remember his title exactly, but he just sent out a tweet there. He's added some Paul logo art for marketing and for profile picture usage, and he's got a link here. It's beautiful. It looks amazing. If you wanted to, update your profile picture, or make something that you can use to tweet, to share with the community. Just reminding people that there's a media channel on the Discord and on the Telegram as well. So, if you make something, share it there. It's fun. I mean, I'm not really very good at it. I've tried my best here and there, but it's fun to be able to get in and be part of the community, to make something like that and to share it with someone. Sometimes what I like to do is try to make it and angle it towards, maybe, I don't know, like a large account, and tag them on it. I try my best. I don't hear back from them, but it's fun, it's exciting, and you never know, right? You don't know who's listening. You don't know who's maybe in the background or lurking, or in the shadows paying attention. Which brings me to my final point here, I guess, for right now, is just if everybody could go and like and retweet this space, just to share it out there so everybody can see that it's actually taking place now. I know we had some technical difficulties earlier, but it would be great, if you could just go down to the bottom there. If you're on your phone, at the bottom right, you can see like the little chat bubble there. It says 17 right now. You just press that, and then you can go in and press like and retweet, and there's a lot of comments there already. So yeah, that was pretty much it for me. Sorry, one last thing. The spaces outside of our community spaces have been going very well. I try my best to tune in to all of them. Um, I believe Brian was in a Web3 space, Web3 global, Web3 Dubai space, and 21, you're there all the time too. You guys are doing great. You guys are community members, and I think this is something that people should be paying attention to. is that Brian and 21 and Annie aren't being paid for any of this in the sense that you would think they would be for the amount of time that they put into going up on stage and doing their absolute best to get up there in front of Lord knows how many people. I think there was like over 1,500 people in the last Web3 global space, and doing their best to share the information with everybody who's in there. Lots of projects in there every week. If you haven't had a chance to stop in, I encourage you to do so. Again, it's a good reminder for everything that's going on in PAW, but it's also a good chance to hear about other projects. I'm sorry, I'm gonna wrap this up here now, which brings me to I will make this my last point. Crypto Lounge, who is our YouTuber, he's more than that, but he talks about us on YouTube a lot. He's an affiliate, and he also talks about other projects. So diversification is key. That's what this project is. I mean, I'm not sitting here shilling other projects or anything, but PodChain is bringing all of the audited blockchains together. That's everything. That's all of crypto, more or less. All of the crypto that I personally would recommend you looking at, having an actual audit from a well-known uh, security agency such as CertTech, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So I, I just keep talking. I feel like I don't know if you guys have ever seen that the meme of Ralph Wiggum, The Simpsons, when they're throwing him through the window, and it's something like, you know, me after talking to my family for 20 hours about PodChain because I just will just keep talking about it. But yeah, so many good things coming. I know we're all people are getting a little bit impatient waiting, but if you take a look at that information that Annie had shared in her space about the teams, you'll see just how much is actually going on, and the wait actually hasn't really been that long. So it's been a great week for me, and again, thank you to everybody for being here, and just happy to be part of the community.
Hey, 21, I want to jump on something you said real quick,
Yeah,
talking about
sure. Go ahead.
talking to other I'm sorry, Sir Shills. I just want to jump on real quick and talking about what you said about the other projects and how we're about building bridges here and uniting crypto. And I think a lot of people might take that the wrong way, that if we start talking to other projects, start having other projects come to our spaces, talk about their project, what they're building, that we're necessarily shilling them, when in reality we're just trying to build a mutually beneficial relationship with other projects, because that is going to be 100% necessary for the adoption of PawChain. So, I'm personally working behind the scenes in various communities, in Telegram, in chats with developers, and other projects, meme coins, utility projects, some NFT stuff, just building relationships. And if you hear them come on our spaces and they're up there talking about their project, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're a PawChain partner. They're just interested in not only promoting their project, but having the benefit of possibly building on PawChain. So I want to just show that to everybody. Like when you see things like that, it's not like we're out there shilling these other projects, harder. It's just we're trying to build relationships, build communities, build bridges, because the more people we bring to PawChain, the better it's going to be for everybody else.
No, definitely, definitely great points, man. And it's just I think a lot of times people confuse an ecosystem with, or not really confuse an ecosystem, but maybe confuse whenever we use the word ecosystem from what their prior experience with an ecosystem was. An ecosystem a year ago was just maybe one or two tokens, maybe a couple utilities, and that was basically your eco. And you would holler mass adoption, and that was basically your ecosystem. But whenever we use the word ecosystem and Paul chain, it's a tool for people to build on. So that's why, like what Brian said about building the relationships with other projects, that's exactly what we want. We want them to build on Paul chain. It's not just an ecosystem. It's like a super ecosystem, if you will. These projects can build on them and still Paul benefits, because Paul will be the gas. Paul, the layer 1, 2 solution, 3 chain, or the layer 3 solution, Paul chain, all that benefits Paul. So that's what that stuff is for. It's for builders to actually build on. It's not like merging and collabs and stuff like that. No, they're actually building on, like just think of Paul chain as ETH, something like that. If you're having trouble just kind of fathoming, working with other projects and stuff, people build on the ETH and use the ETH network to trade with and stuff. So that's what PAWChain will be in its whenever it's flourishing in its final production, or not final production, but its final stages when it's up and going. So just a great points, Brian. But just a quick reminder, the building on PAWChain is the goal. So it's important to embrace these other communities and talk with them and show them how to do it. That's what it's all about.
Hey, I see J Squawk's got his hand up. I mean, what's going on, J
Yeah,
Squawk?
I apologize, man. If you see hands up, Brian, let me know. I can't see hands,
Yep.
so all apologies, y'all.
Hey, what's good, fam? Happy Saturday, y'all. Stay blessed. And you know what? I want to That's the reason why I actually came up here. So, today I saw a post in regards to like the teams in regards to developers and everything, right? So we know things are developing. We know things are going. We're looking for beta, and I guess my if if I could be humble but still state something, what's the next step? Or am I should I read the roadmap again or whatever? But is a marketing option gonna happen within Paw, right? And develop these these perspective whether it's projects or whatever, outside of creating the sparks in whether it's Twitter Spaces, what we do here. Is there gonna be something more? Um,
You mean like an official marketing campaign?
well, marketing campaign, or is the team gonna develop a team that will reach out to other projects, proactively, right?
Yes,
And
yes, Jay Squawk. We actually have a Telegram chat with community members that is designed to do just that, and anyone is invited. I'll make sure I can get you in there, and that's exactly what it's all dedicated to. It's just team members in there communicating, reaching out to other projects. I've already brought a few developers in to some conversations with Steve and a few other of the Genesis team members to help answer some more of the technical questions that may be a bit over my head. But yes, there is 100% a
I
community
love it.
led driven outreach program that will only pick up with beta once we start getting some more documentation. Because right now, what I'm finding is I'm reaching out to these other developers, their communities, and they are interested, but they want some more information. They want to see it. They want some write ups. They
Right.
want to see how it's going to work. And once we get our hands on that, I think you'll really see a coordinated attack on other projects, bringing in other communities, and then the traditional marketing, the team marketing is going to pick up, I think, throughout beta as we develop an inch closer to mainnet and start getting some of this documentation.
Thank you so much. And yeah, especially being in the tech field for like over 30 years, you can't really build on anything unless infrastructure is in place. So everybody wait for infrastructure to be in place and go live for beta. And then that was just my question. So yeah, I just want to capitalize on what you
And
were saying, Brian, and
well, just a
much love, fam.
no,